All right, so the SMT10 build, I got the axles done. These are the AR60s. That's what I was afraid of. But I got a love-hate relationship with these axles. There's way too many parts on one axle. And I was wrong about one thing. These things do have differentials in them. I am sorry. I was looking at something in the manual. Could have sworn that it looked like a locker. Was not a locker, but these are locked, and we didn't buy any parts. We use old backwoods method of getting them locked. A lot of people wouldn't want to do it, but I did it. They work fine. I'm going to put them, what I like to do with them when I do get them built, I'll share this with you real quick, and then I'll stop this portion, is I don't have it in here, but I'll go out and get my drill, stand my drill up, and put the chuck of my drill on the input stub for the axle, because the gears on these axles are good, but sometimes there's not a clean cut on them, so you feel a little bit of a drag in there. So what I like to do is get my drill, like I said, and put the chuck directly to that input, and then just turn my drill wide open and let it run these gears in for 10 or 15 minutes on each one, front and rear. And by that time, they usually run in, and the gears kind of grind themselves to for a better fitment. But I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, moving on to the suspension components and steering stuff, and we're gonna get this thing put together and get it in roller. Taking a little break. Step outside. It's about 53 degrees today. Need to be doing some yard work, but not happening. Not today, anyway. Anybody need a boat? Free 99. Make you a deal on it. Just got to take a short little breather to break the monotony of putting these things together. Sometimes those screws and things like that get a little monotonous. No heat today. It's a good thing. It's been a good heater too. Anyway, you guys didn't come to see this crap. Let me get back at it. Quick shout out to my buddy Eric over at Farpoint Farms. Farpoint Farms. If you haven't checked his channel out, check him out. He's up in the mountains of North Carolina. Great guy. Got the mug. He has some quirky like that, and little Yugos used to be a joke back in the day, but I would love to get my hands on one now. And also got that too, Eric. Hope you're doing well up there, man. I'm back at it. Shocks are done now. And same thing. These are a lot like the ones that are on the Rift. Big boys, I swear they are. Aluminum bodies, plastic caps. It's okay. No leak issues yet. Think they might down the line, and that's okay if they do, but we'll change them later to something that won't leak, or I've got a couple tricks up my sleeve also to could possibly stop them from leaking, but we'll see. Anyway, there they are together, and they are matched. There's 2 for the rear, 2 for the front. Yeah, nice. So anyway, let's get it back. It's just per shocks. Yeah, set of shocks. Anyway, bye. Well, the trans is built. You got it mounted on the center skid plate, but I want you to look. And that's regular SCX10 trans. Let me turn around there. See, it's just a single speed transmission, which is fine. And it's greased and lubricated. But I want you to look how little that transmission looks on that damn skid plate. That skid plate is kind of small, narrow, I should say. A lot more narrow than the on the Rift. But wow. It just makes it look tiny. Makes that transmission look like it's about the size of a quarter. But skid plate again, wide, man. That's a big skid plate. Center skid, whatever we'll call it. Center that thing. Anyway, moving along. Pages together, finally. And this one must have been sitting around for a while, because this side's cage side of the cage over here was kind of warped, but I brought it in, you know, you screw it down, it brings it back in. Strange thing about this kit, if you've never built one, let me turn it over. Center skid plate does not bolt in. It just sits in there. And then when you run the arms in, let me see if I can take it out. You see, this is really, should have had this on. You see the skid has those ears there. Well, that's the inside of those there. So it fits in a whole different way as like a standard crawler. You know, yeah, fits in there like such. Let's see. Yep. And that's back in place. So the arms will come down and attach and run a screw through all the way through, and it ties that together. So the center skid is just there until you put the arms on it, which is kind of crazy, but hey, learning experience, but so far so good. Well, the cage has got the axles underneath it now. Shocks are hung. Still kind of quirky. Does a few quirky things, but yeah. So far so good. I'm liking it. Still got to add the brow bar across here. And no rims and tires for a moment, so I'm just going to put it on a set of junkers that I have here. It's going to look crazy, but yeah, man, I like it. It's got a lot of play. I mean, that thing is nice and soft. Great so far anyway. And the springs are the red's good to the rear from what the manual says, and the yellow's good to the front. There's a spot of paint on them. But yeah, so far so good. I'm liking it. Go ahead and try to finish this thing up. All right, so the SMT10 Raw Builders Kit is complete, 95% anyway. I do not have the drive shafts in it at the moment because I do not have the electronics that I want to put in it, so I didn't see the point in putting shafts in the truck when I'd have to pull everything back out anyway. But overall, pretty impressed with it. I believe this has been sitting for quite a while. Like I said, there were some parts that were a little bowed, but it all came back together fairly nicely. No overshot there. Now the wheels and tires obviously look crazy on it. That's just to get it up off the ground for now. I'm researching tires. I don't know which ones I want at the moment. And I haven't settled on a body. I do know that it will not be a Gravedigger body. I have nothing against it, but everybody's done a Gravedigger body, and I've seen the Max D bodies and regular pickup trucks and stuff like that. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. It is not going to be a mud truck. It is going to be a monster. It's what I wanted. It's what I got. But overall, like I said, I'm highly impressed with it. It turned out great. The fit and finish on it was awesome. There was a couple things in the instruction manual that were a little misleading. There were some screw issues here and there, but everything has got a fastener where it needs it at the moment. And one cool thing I do like about it is a battery placement on this one here is in the back. Battery door right here. Body clip up, swing it open, battery, shut everything back together. It does have a sway bar system on it also, which I think may come in very useful depending on what you're doing, you know, what I do with it. And again, I'm probably just gonna, I don't know, do some monster racing with some of the guys. They have different rigs. There's a lot of clodbusters, I do know that, and some other hodgepodges, which is basically what this is going to be at the time. And as far as a motor system, I've not settled on one yet. Again, it's going to be brushless, so I may wind up having to upgrade the spur gear in that transmission. It is a plastic unit. The internal gears on that transmission are steel, full bearings throughout. but the spur gear is plastic, and it does have a slipper clutch. I've set the clutch on this one. I bottomed it out, so it's just as tight as it can be. This way I always ran my crawlers. I don't like any clutch slippage, so I'm pretty sure it's going to detonate the stock spur gear. So I may opt to go to a steel unit. But again, impressed. I like it. I think it's going to be a great addition to my collection. And I'm looking forward to getting some electronics in it and running the thing. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Smash the like button. God, it's been a day, hasn't it? Smash the like button if you don't mind, so I can help grow this channel. Next time, hopefully, we'll be putting some electronics in this thing. If not, getting the body and the tires together. This one is going to take a little bit of time, but still more to come on it. Hey, thanks for hanging out, guys. You guys take good care. We'll catch you on the next video. And until then, be a decent human, and we'll catch you later.